What if I told you that, for a time, a single flower bulb was worth more than a house? Not a metaphorical house or a down payment on a house, but the entire physical building. This isn't a fairy tale. This was Holland in the 1630s, the setting for one of history's most bewildering financial bubbles, Tulip Mania. How could a simple flower bring an entire nation's economy to its knees? The answer is a story of greed, fear, and the surprising fragility of our financial systems. To understand how tulips became treasure, we have to go back to the Dutch Golden Age. The Netherlands was a global superpower, flush with cash from trade. A new merchant class was emerging, eager to display their wealth. And what better way to show off than with something beautiful, exotic, and rare? The tulip, originally from the Ottoman Empire, fit the bill perfectly. But it was a specific kind of tulip that drove the madness, the broken tulip. These were bulbs infected with a virus, which caused their petals to display stunning, flame-like patterns. They were unpredictable, unique, and impossible to mass-produce. Their rarity made them the ultimate status symbol. At first, the trade was simple. Specialists, or florists, cultivated and sold bulbs to wealthy collectors. But soon, the rising prices attracted speculators. People who knew nothing about flowers began buying bulbs, not to plant, but to flip for a profit. A futures market emerged, where people traded promissory notes for bulbs that hadn't even been harvested yet. Prices exploded. By 1636, tulips were traded on the Amsterdam Stock Exchange. A single bulb of a rare variety, like the Semper Augustus, could be sold for the price of a grand Amsterdam townhouse. The market was no longer about flowers, it was about pure speculation, fueled by the belief that prices would never go down. The breaking point came in the winter of 1637. At a routine bulb auction in Haarlem, a seller couldn't find a buyer. For the first time, prices went down. Panic spread like wildfire. Everyone tried to sell at once, but there were no buyers. Prices collapsed by over 90% in a matter of weeks. Fortunes were wiped out overnight. People who had sold their homes and life savings to buy a single bulb were left with, well, a flower. The government tried to intervene, offering to honor contracts at 10% of their face value, but it was too late. The trust was gone. The crash left a deep psychological scar on the Dutch people and became a cautionary tale for centuries to come. Does any of this sound familiar? A new, exciting asset that seems to defy gravity? An army of amateur investors convinced they've found the secret to easy wealth. Prices driven by hype and the fear of missing out. We've seen echoes of tulip mania in the dot-com bubble of the late 90s, the 2008 housing crisis, and even today in the volatile world of cryptocurrencies and meme stocks. History doesn't repeat itself, but it certainly rhymes. So what can we learn from a 400-year-old flower craze? First, the value of an asset is only what someone else is willing to pay for it. When that willingness vanishes, so does the value. Second, when everyone is rushing to get rich quick, it's usually a sign to be cautious. The herd is often running towards a cliff. Third, innovation and speculation are not the same thing. Tulips were beautiful, but their inflated price had nothing to do with their intrinsic worth. The story of Tulip Mania is a timeless warning. It reminds us that markets are driven by human emotion, and the line between confidence and delusion can be terrifyingly thin. So, the next time you see an asset skyrocketing, ask yourself, is this a groundbreaking innovation? Or are we just buying tulips? Thanks for watching. If you found this dive into financial history interesting, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss our next exploration of the booms and busts that shaped our world.